Okay, so these are the basic consideration that we have created a field contact count in the account object, and we will populate all the child contact count inside that field. Okay, so let's write the trigger first. Okay, so here tell me in which object we should write the trigger. So Yogesh, can you tell me in which object we should write the trigger here?
Child.
Yeah. Rakesh, is it correct that Yogesh told that should be written on child means contact?
Yes, right.
Okay, yeah, so that's correct. Because why it is so? Because whenever the contact is created for a particular account, the number of contacts should be incremented by 1. So here the contact is being created or updated or deleted. So every action is being performed on the contact itself. So we should write the trigger on contact, not the account. Okay. So let's say we have written the contact trigger. On contact. So what should be the context here? Can anyone tell me?
After.
Perfect.
After.
Yeah. So
Insert or
after
update.
insert, after update. What else?
After
What?
delete is also there. No?
Correct. If the contact is deleted, we should recount the number of contacts because it should be decremented by 1. And what else?
After undelete.
Correct. So if some contact is taken from the recycle bin and restored into Salesforce database, so then also the contact count should be incremented by 1. So these all contexts should be taken into consideration. Okay. So now what is our framework? So the framework is when we call the helper class, we will share the, okay. So let's say this is our helper. Let's say our helper class is public class execute contact count so here let's say we have a method public static perform count. So it should be the trigger.new. Okay, so it should be the list of contact. So this should be taken care of. So whenever you create a method in the helper class, so this is the helper class, and then we will call this method inside this trigger. Okay. So when we write a method in a helper class, we should always write like this. So the parameter we should accept a list of contact. So what is the list of contact here? It should be either trigger.new or it should be trigger.old. Understood? So if there is a DML operation for insert, update, or undelete, we should consider the trigger.new. And if it is delete, if it is on delete, then we should consider trigger.old. Okay. So now let's call it from here. You will understand how it is done. So first we will check if the delete operation is going on or not. So how to check it if the delete is going on? So Yogesh or Rakesh, can you tell me how to check to understand if the delete is going on or not? Hey Rakesh, can you tell me?
By using for loop.
Which one?
For loop.
No. See, here we are checking currently which operation is going on. Is it update? Is it insert? Is it delete? Or is it undelete? So that's what we are checking. which operation is
So
currently going on.
we can use dot delete method here.
No, not exactly. So Yogesh, can you try? We have
Uh,
covered this in the previous session. So this is
font.
if trigger dot is
Uh,
delete.
Hmm.
Okay. So
yes.
if trigger dot is delete, which means if the delete is currently going on, we will call this method, and in the parameter we will pass trigger dot old. Okay. So trigger dot old will give us the list of contact from the old context because it is the delete operation. Okay. And then we will check else or else if it is not the delete, which means it should be either insert or update or undelete. Okay. So if it is not delete, then we should pass the new context. So here we will just write trigger dot new. Understood? Any doubt? Any doubt? Yogesh?
No.
Rakesh, clear?
No. Yes.
Avinash, is it clear?
Yes, this part I'm clear that you are using dot is delete to check, and you are passing trigger dot old
Hmm.
because if the thing is deleted, then you can pass fetch the old records and pass it.
Correct.
Else, if it is not deleted, then new. But I was asking for before delete. If we would have used before delete here, then how could it would have worked? Means if trigger dot is delete, okay, then we could have checked, okay, trigger dot old, then also na.
Yeah, for
If trigger
delete,
dot, yeah,
if you are using before or you are writing the trigger for after, for trigger, you
yeah,
should only use trigger.old or trigger.old map. Trigger.new won't be applicable for delete because we are not dealing with new records in the delete operation, right?
yeah. Even if I would have used before, then also we
Trigger.old,
can't. Yeah.
only trigger.old. For before,
Yeah, we
only
can't.
trigger.old.
Yeah, yeah. I got it.
Yeah, see, for insert, update, or undelete, what is happening? We are dealing with new records for insert. We are dealing with new instance of records for update because for update, what is happening in backend is whenever you update some record, it means you are creating a new instance of that record and it is being saved in Salesforce database. So for insert, we are dealing with new records. For update, we are dealing with new instances of record. And for undelete also, we are dealing with new records because we are taking it from the recycle bin, which should be considered as new record. So that is why for insert, update, and undelete, we will only consider trigger.new. And for delete, we will consider trigger.old. Understood?
Yes, sir. And even we can use trigger dot new in insert also, sir. If we are using after insert, then can we use dot trigger dot new
Yeah,
in
of
case
course.
of
Yeah, of course. See,
and in
s-
before, yeah.
see, whenever again, when it comes to the flow of execution, when the record
Mhm.
is saved into database, so after all the after context, after the trigger will run, then only it will be completely committed into database. Otherwise, before that, it should be only saved into database temporarily. It is not committed yet. That's the
Okay,
reason we
okay.
can use the new again. It is only
Oh,
saved into database, but not committed. It can be rolled back if
uh,
the insert is not performed. So when the after context of the trigger is completed, then only it would be it would be completely saved and committed into Salesforce database. Understood?
okay. Okay, sir. And when we use new trigger dot new after insert, okay, in after insert we are using trigger dot new. So we are getting the temporary stored data from the database in
Hmm,
trigger dot new.
right.
Okay, got it. Yes, sir. Thanks.
Okay. So let's construct the class, the handler class. Okay, so here we will create set of account IDs, and so why we are creating the set, you can see this later. What is the use of this set? So first let's create a set and a map of ID, comma account. Okay, so now what we will do is, so here we got all the new records which are currently being inserted, updated, or undeleted, or if it is deleted, so we are getting all the old records here. So they are all the contact records. So now we need to fetch each contact record. So that we need to use the for loop here. So for contact con list. So here we will create a account ACC equals new account, and you will see why we are doing this. So here ACC dot ID will be con dot ID, con dot account ID, and ACC initially the count will be set to 0. So let's say this is the field equals 0. Okay. So after that, we will just populate the map with values dot put on dot account ID, comma ACC. Just a minute. Okay. All right. So here what we are doing is we are visiting each contact from the contact list, and we are creating an account for each contact. We are setting the account ID as contact.account ID, which means this account is basically the parent account. So we are creating a new instance of the parent account of that particular contact, and we are putting that in the map. So any doubt till now? Any doubt?
No, sir. So here in the line that we have put con dot account ID in
Hmm.
the set part and account in the list part. So in con dot account ID we can also put like ACC dot ID could also work there.
Yeah,
No, no,
that's
no.
also fine because you have created here. So that's also fine, but you can do it as this as well. Or you can just write this entire code in a single line. So that should be new account ID equals con dot account ID, comma contact count equals 0. So you can write this on a single line as well instead of doing all this. Okay. Understood?
Yes, sir, but this is yes, sir, but the previous one is better that we have done
Yeah, that's fine. So
for a
just
better
I'm just
understanding.
letting you know that this can also be done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now we will get all the ACK IDs. So how to get the ACK IDs? So here we have the set here. So we will just populate the
Is it
set over here. Yeah. Correct. Perfect. So who
mm,
told this?
Yogesh.
Okay, that's correct. So here we will just take the account map
ACC map dot
dot
key set.
key set. Yeah. So it will give us all the account IDs from this map. Okay, so once we get all the account ID, then we will run one more for loop to compute the things. So how can we do? So here we'll fetch contacts on select ID, comma account ID, comma. So here we are from contact where account ID in this account IDs, right? So now tell me if this is clear to you. This for is clear to you, right? So we are again writing the for loop to each contact to get each contact whose account ID is matching with the account IDs that we created using the account map.keyset. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now here comes the tricky part. Check carefully. So if con dot account ID equals ACC map dot get con dot account ID dot ID, sorry, dot ID, then we will just make it as ACC map dot get dot contact count plus equals 1. Okay, so what does that mean? So here we are checking that we are currently searching one contact. We are currently viewing one contact whose account is present in this account map. First, we need to match. Every time, first we need to match. So here we have the account ID, and from ACK map, we are getting the con.account ID, which means if we get the con.account ID, it will get us the account from this map. And then we can just write .id, which will actually give us the account ID. And then we can match it by using this if. Any doubt till now? Yogesh?
Can you repeat, please?
Okay.
So just let me write a comment here. So
So
this is
in this we could have used key set also, na? ACC map dot get, because this is the key, na? Con dot account ID dot ID.
okay. So here first understand if you
Okay, okay, I
write,
got it.
yeah,
Yes, sir. You are extracting the ID after that also from the key set also.
no, not like
Means
that.
that dot ID you are using at the end. That's why I thought.
So first tell me what does this, first tell me what does this return? So what will return? So here what will be returned? If we write
Uh,
acc map.get con.account
It
ID,
return
so which
list
thing will return here?
list of this one,
contact ID.
acc.id
No,
that we have found.
no, no. If we write, so again, so so map is a map of ID and account, right? It's a map of
Yes, sir.
ID and account. So we are
Uh-huh.
searching the map using the ID. Then as a value, what will we get?
Details of account.
Account, correct. So it's the details of account we will get. If we search the map using the ID, we will get the details of the account. So here we will get the account. So now if we write account.id, it will give us the ID of that account. Understood?
Okay, okay.
You can
Yeah.
simplify this here also to understand better. Account ACC or parent ACC equals get this one, and here you can just write parent ACC.id. Understood? So I think this is simplified, and you should understand this now. Avinash, any more doubt?
No, sir.
Yeah. So what did we write this line? So to verify that the account ID from the contact is present in the ACC map. So now understood, Yogesh? So this if condition is there just to match and verify that the account ID what we are getting, that account ID from that contact is present in the account map. Understood?
Okay.
Yeah. So once we do this, you can just write it. So once it is done, then you can get, yeah. So a new contact is inserted for this parent account. So now we are increasing the contact count by 1. Okay. So here the concept is always create a map of ID and account with the count details, I mean count field initialized to 0. Then we will compute every time how many contacts are present inside that account. So when we find one contact, we will increment it by 1. Again, we find another contact, it would be incremented by 1 again. Once we find the third contact, the count should be incremented to 3. So that's how we do it. Understood? Any doubt you can tell me.
Yes, sir. The relationship that we are making between accounts and contacts. Okay, sir. So in this one, we were basically doing that, checking about the contact ID. No, means if the contact ID means those two things. From account ID, we are making a relationship to a contact ID. And if that is present, if the contact ID is present in the account ID, then we are making a new account or something. We are doing this thing part.
We are not
That
making
part
a
I
new,
wasn't.
okay, so here we are not making any new account. We are incrementing the count by 1.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir. This part means the initial part I didn't get, means the relationship between contact and account that we were means doing this, means the code I am understanding this, but in brief, if you can summarize things like then I will be clear, because the syntax I understand, only that thing I wasn't clear, means contact and account part relation that you were doing now, means lookup part also I know, but how you are arranging things between two.
Okay, so Jogesh, is it clear to you?
Yes.
Can you explain,
So,
Avinash?
Okay. Can you scroll up? Okay. So we are first creating the set and map. Okay. Uh, in map we are creating in map we are putting the data, that is ID and account for the map. Okay. And the normal set. Okay. Set is for data type of ID. Okay. Then Then here in publish static void, that is list of contact con list. Why we are writing this? Because instead of trigger dot new or instead of trigger dot old, we can write like list of contact con list. Means it is considered both trigger dot new also and trigger dot old also. Okay. Then we are iterating on contact because we are creating the trigger on contact object. Okay. And this is the child
Okay,
object.
Yogesh, hold on for now. So actually, Avinash was asking to get the concept what we are doing. I mean, he understood the code, but he wanted to ask what exactly we are doing in here. So why is the reason we are maintaining all this? So that was he was asking. So can you tell him that why we are doing this all this?
Yes, I didn't get too much, but what I get, I tell that. Okay. So firstly we are creating new
Okay,
account.
fine. Okay, let me complete the code. Then I will go through it one again. So now we will check if the ACMap dot values, which means the list of accounts is not equals null. We will just update ACCMap dot values. You can use update or database dot update, whatever it is. Okay, so this is to update the accounts with the correct count of the contact. Okay, so okay, fine. So the meeting will end in 1 minute. So I will just leaving this meeting and I will create a new invite. So please join in there. Okay.